Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Ha, sound like Steve, don't I? I'm going to let y'all look out my windshield while I'm driving here just because I'm a little bit worked up right now, so I may kind of babble and not make much sense, but that's nothing new, right? That's how that goes. I'm kind of like a lot of people. I'm fairly passionate about the events of the last few days, everything that's going on. The election, some of the things that are happening. Been trying to make sense of it all, and some things make sense, some parts of it don't make a whole lot of sense. There's some bad stuff going on out there. There is I'll just come out and say it, anybody that is foolish enough to think that there wasn't a massive amount of cheating going on the part of the Dems is either foolish or part of the problem. Because there's no way you can look at what's been going on. There's no way you get hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of votes that come in the middle of the night, all for one candidate, and think that that's an honest thing. The Dems have been doing that for the last several election cycles. They just doubled down on it this time. And they doubled down on it this time because they have figured out that the people of the country, by and large, are a bunch of sheep, a bunch of fools that'll buy into anything. And to that extent, I give you the whole mask deal going on. I know some of you think masks are a good idea, and that's fine if you really think that. I'll tell you a secret, though. They say the number of cases are going up. I don't know that that's really true. I think they're just testing more people. And so the more people you test, the more people are going to turn up positive, because like my little brother says, who works in a couple of big hospitals, he's a respiratory therapist, and he is about as versed on this kind of thing as anybody can be. In his words, he said, everybody's got it. He said, you swab somebody's nose, it doesn't matter who they are at this point. You swab their nose hard enough, you're going to find that virus. You're going to find a positive reading for it. Doesn't mean they've got it, but everybody's got it at this point, or been exposed, or had a chance. Like everything, it's a flu virus. You're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. And if you get it, you're either going to be okay or you're not going to be okay. We don't get away from it. Most of the people that are getting sick right now that either I know or know of are the people who wear their masks religiously. And I'm talking about those fools that are driving in their car by themselves and they've got their mask on. The true believers, I guess you could call them. And so the Dems saw what was going on. They're like, oh boy, we sold them on that. That means we've got a nation full of friggin' idiots out there. We got a nation full of fools that'll fall for anything. And so they didn't even figure, and maybe rightly so, they don't even figure they need to be careful in their cheating. You know, on a normal voting cycle, and for any given district, if you get a 60 to 70%, heck, if you get a 50 to 60% voter turnout, you've knocked it out of the park. I mean, you've got some people that are active and paying attention. You hit 70%, man, you hit 70 to 80%, that's unheard of. That's phenomenal. And yet we have people in those so-called swing state areas, those heavily Democrat-controlled areas, where they've got 90% plus voter turnout. And on several cases in some of those districts, they've got over 100% voter turnout. I've seen figures as high as 200%. I can't imagine that was accurate. But there's a lot of them that are reporting well over 100%. You see a number like that, that's obvious. That is third world crap hole, banana republic type of stuff. And yet it's being perpetrated on us here because the left knows they can get away with it, or at least they're pretty sure they can get away with it. And why wouldn't they? The media is out there trying to sell everybody on it. You know, the media called the race for Uncle Joe. And the media's been wrong before. Think back to 2000. They called it for Gore. And yet, it took them a little over 30 days to figure it out. There hadn't been anything decided yet. And they're telling you to admit it, to accept it, to quit arguing. Screw them. Of course, that's what they're going to tell you. You know that's what they're going to tell you. Hopefully you know better. And I'm sorry if people are getting offended by the whole mask thing. I know there's some people that just think the mask will save them. It's that magic thing that'll miraculously somehow stop a virus from getting through. And you know, I get it. I get it. There are people for whom it makes sense to wear a mask, whether it helps or not. It is the thing that they can do, that slight safeguard that might give them an edge. I get that. My mom and dad-in-law, I love them to pieces. And I'm pretty sure I offend my mom-in-law whenever I do something like this, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I know my dad-in-law takes it serious. He's one of the ones that could easily be adversely affected by this kind of thing. It scares the heck out of me. It scares the crap out of me for him. You know, the mask might help him a little bit. But the ridiculousness going on with the masks is overwhelming, and the left has seen that, and they are glad for it, and they are seizing on that opportunity. More than anything, I want to encourage all of you to realize that it's not over. December 14th is when the Electoral College meets and casts the votes. That's still, what, 5 weeks? Not sure what today is. We're going to call it 5 weeks. Until that happens, there's nothing written and decided. Even when that happens, it's still not a final decision. It still has to be validated. There's some shenanigans going on, and you need to be ready. If the results of this election stand as they are right now, you know, I've had a lot of people tell me that my voting, one of my really good friends who lives up in the Northeast and has these really cool lights, told me lots of times that voting doesn't matter. I'm just part of the problem if I vote. He's not being mean to me. But I don't agree with him. At least I have not agreed with him up till now. Think about 4 years ago when we voted. The president we have now was not supposed to win. Nobody expected that. And he did. And that right there, all by itself, is proof that voting still works, that kind of thing still happens. Now, the Democrats are trying to take it away from us. No question about it. Good grief, it's the media and the left's wet dream, their biggest wet dream, to be able to squash Trump and put him out of office. And they're making a heck of an effort right now. But don't give up, it's not over yet. To the end of all this, I'm over here at my buddy's house at our Cigar and Dart Lounge, and we are fixing to clean some rifles and work on some rifles. Do that kind of thing, kind of to get ready. I just want to tell all of you, don't give up. Hold the faith. We'll see what happens. It could get ugly. I feel like most of y'all are getting ready. So, anyway, just to prove it to me, hi and bye. Keep the faith, y'all.